We all have some kind of bucket list, places we'd like to travel, things we'd like to accomplish before we slip into the great beyond. Ask any paranormal investigator, and chances are Waverly Hills tops the charts. For those who manage to make their way through the Kentucky hillside, the excitement of checking off a top 10 is quickly replaced with a sick awe. Overwhelmed by the size, it doesn't take long for the reality to sink in that thousands of the afflicted, both young and old, never left the grounds alive. History enthusiasts are met with an unexpected grief that permeates the air. Thrill seekers are greeted with a curb appeal that pains the heart. The agony of death doesn't simply linger here, it screams to be heard and seen. The halls are filled with lost souls seeking comfort from a tragic illness. Can peace be found for these troubled patients? Or does something darker bind them to their former beds? Tonight, we hope to find those answers to these questions and more as we explore Waverly Hills.
The place is immense. I mean, it's humongous. It's intimidating. You can drive up and you can just feel, I remember driving up, there's a golf course, homes, and then you're just driving up this road, then bam, there it is. So it's very intimidating.
My absolute favorite moments was driving up the driveway after they opened the gate for us, and it was just beautiful. The trees covered the drive up, and as soon as you got to the top of the hill, there was the building, and it was just overwhelming. So huge, and just like you imagined it to be. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Place. I've been drawn to go there since I was in high school, and I am so glad I got to go.
We began on the 5th floor, which is where a nurse named Mary Lee lived. She lived in room 502. Unfortunately, she ended up pregnant, and she also found out that she had TB. So she had an abortion performed on herself, and unfortunately she couldn't live with this decision, and so she committed suicide right outside of her room.
This is Waverly Hills. Oh, 5th floor. Harris, getting that? Josh?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Josh, Jamie, Selena, and Susan are here.
Accordion, Waverly, 5th floor. Put the recorder down on the ground. Morgan.
Okay, K2 is going crazy over there in the window.
I'm going to move over here and film this way.
Mary Lee, honey, I understand that you were in a kind of a predicament that they didn't really look so well upon back in those days. I'm sorry that you felt like you had no other choice. Do you have a message for us? K2's going crazy.
I know, every time I try to zoom in on it, it just gets blurry.
Yeah, it won't. It's really hard to do that because it's really hard to do. Oh, hey. Wow. Hello. Hello. Mary Lee, is that you, honey? I remember we don't have to yell. Whoa. Wasn't even moving my leg either. Is there anybody else up here with us? Any little kids that want to play? We have a lot of really cool stuff up here.
Yes?
What was that? We have a lot of really cool stuff up here.
Say yes?
It said yes. What's your name? What? What? What did you hang yourself with, Mary?
Light goes up.
What did you hang yourself with, Mary?
goes out.
The light goes out. That's where she hung herself from, wasn't it? The light? Whoa. Why do you hate her?
I'm going to stand up.
Police.
There you go.
Do you mind if I take a picture? No, go ahead.
Flash.
Flash. It's okay, Jake. Here it goes.
Is there anything you want to tell us? A message you want passed on? Mary, did you kill yourself because you lost your baby? Mary, did you kill yourself because you lost your baby?
What did it say?
Lost my baby.
Did it really?
Yes.
I heard lost mine.
It said lost my baby.
And we were speaking to Mary Lee. During the line of questioning, she was answering back on the ethereal device. I became very emotional, actually started crying. I had to walk away for just a little bit and gather myself.
How many patients were here when you were here? How many patients were here when you were here? Did you hear that?
To me, it sounded like
5,000.
was it 5,000?
That's what it sounded like.
1,000.
1,000? We'll have to review that one for sure.
That was a personal experience. Was on the 4th floor, and Jamie and I were walking by ourselves. We had heard a lot of kind of bangs down at the end of the hall, and of course, as we kept getting closer, it was further away, and we were unsure. We never tracked down what it might be, if it was something paranormal, or it's a possibility that it could have been something outside, but we were unsure. We had stopped in a room and done a little EVP session, and right after we had switched off the recorder, I had my back to the hallway, standing in the doorway, and I heard what sounded like a child running in bare feet on concrete right behind me. And I flipped around and I started taking pictures, and I didn't catch anything on the pictures. Unfortunately, we did not catch that on a recording.
We also went down to the 1st floor, which is where the body chute is, and we saw several shadow people down there. This was a great experience for me because I have never seen shadow people before, but thinking that it may have been just shadow play from the outside, we went downstairs to the bottom, but there was no shadows coming from outside. So we came back up. About halfway up the chute, I heard 3 footsteps behind me. So of course I turned around, but no one was there. So as we were about halfway back up the chute, we again could see the shadow people start walking back and forth. You could see everything, their heads, their shoulders, arms, legs, torso. You could make out their whole bodies. So this was a really awesome experience.
EVP session, Fear Paranormal is down in the body chute, death tunnel. I'm fixing to walk down and see if we can hear footsteps. Okay. Shit, I can't see anything. Stop.
You know, the death tunnel was there. You know, how many people died? I think it was 6,300 people. I believe 6,300 people died there. So, you know, the death tunnel was amazing. The shadow people down there. You know, I remember going down there with Jamie, and we got 2 EVPs down there. So, you know, and I remember playing with her periscope. So.
Hello?
You're talking upstairs.
Yes.
Is there anybody down here?
I need help with this body. Can you help me move it? Hello?
Is there a doctor down here? We need some help.
Code blue. Somebody move up there? Yeah, sorry. I hear nothing.
Walk a little farther.
Experience. Then we went on into the morgue, which is also on the first floor, and as I was laying on the body tray, several of our electronics were malfunctioning, and they were trying to take pictures of me, and several of the pictures didn't turn out.
Okay. Now, we are supposed to listen for a name and then ask her later.
Sorry. Listen for a name and ask what?
Ask her later if it's the right one they get all the time.
Okay.
You need my speaker again.
Yeah.
God, I don't know if that's an orb. No, it can't be an orb.
We don't do orbs.
We do light anomalies if it. They'll smile at you? Who is it that smiles at you?
It's that area where you're supposed to listen very closely to your EVPs. There's a name that's brought up several times. And Josh is filming. Hopefully you'll see that part here in the video shortly. And as we're sitting there, Josh is talking about, he's got some orbs, but we don't do orbs, is what Selena says. And so we talk about the light anomalies. It's one of those controversial issues, whether they're actually orbs or not. And you can actually see with your eyes a couple of very bright spots. At the time it was happening, I wasn't exactly sure what it was. Could have been bugs, etc., kind of thing. But as you watch this video clip, you'll see very clearly that as this conversation is going back and forth between us, the orb moves over by the drape and then comes down right across the top of its periscope, setting the periscope off. And it was just a great interaction. Really cool.
Do they have a name?
You hear that?
Somebody down the hall.
Yep, I got it.
Periscope, cool. Those footsteps in the periscope.
Alright, I'm turning my recorder off. Too many people talking.
Just turn it off.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna say goodbye. We've got too much. It is a shame. We'll pick up again.
I'm sure you'll have other guests.
Come and see you. We'll come see you. What is your name?
Okay, we are on the second floor, Waverly.
I remember the hallways being crazy too. Those long hallways. I mean, you could just see, you could put a laser grid down there. You could just sit there and you could just tell. I mean, all those rooms are there. All those patients live there, and you could just tell they would just, somebody watching you, popping their head out, and a couple other people having experiences with the laser grid, with blocking out the laser, a silhouette of a figure. So.
What was that?
Like a knock. No. Well, my phone's dead, so it's charging. I don't know what. Go that way just a tad.
And I can't wait to go back there. It was an amazing place.
That place was amazing. Love Waverly Hills. Can't wait to get back there at all. I mean, that place is top notch.
The investigation at Waverly Hills was an awesome experience, and I hope I get to go back very soon.